So it is now day 2 of Test Realm, and I wanted to make this video to go over the new spells that they added into Ravenwood, because every school gets at least 2 new spells that you can just go up to your teacher and learn it for free if you are that school. And if you're not that school, then you can go ahead and just pay a training point as usual to get these new spells. So I wanted to look through all of them. I already got the Storm ones, but we'll just go in here anyway and pretend they're there, because I already was testing stuff for Storm. But there is new spells. And Halston honestly probably doesn't even have it. Yeah, he doesn't even have it because I've already trained every spell. See, Halston, I haven't done that spell because it's a minion, and I don't really care about minions. But I've trained every other spell that he has to offer, and those 2 new spells are Stormwing, 5 pip, does 550, also puts up a plus 25%. I think that's supposed to say percent aura for 4 turns. So we'll take a look at that and actually cast it in a little bit, probably towards the end of the video, but also, Thermic Golem is the other one. This one is 4 pips, 325 to 485. And then it puts up that Thermic Shield for, ice and fire. So every single school gets that Golem, but, themed towards their school. And then there's also a unique spell that is offered. For ice, that spell is Thieving Dragon, 4 pips, steals 1 ward, and then does a little bit of damage. Honestly, pretty low damage for 4 pips, but I guess that steal 1 ward is really good because you're stealing it before you deal damage. So you're removing a tower shield and then dealing a little bit of damage. So I guess that's kind of the point. But Thieving Dragon is the new one. And then Volcanic Golem is the Golem for ice. Puts up Volcanic Shield. Does a little bit of damage there. So those are the 2 new spells for ice. There is also Spell-Element Pass for these, and I'll look at the Storm one after we get through all of these. And the only way to get those Spell-Elements is right now through Beast Moon. So you'll have to do more Beast Moon to actually level these. We have the Fire Beetle has been changed to whatever that word is, basically the Fire Scarab. And it's 2 pips, 100 damage, and then puts up 3 15% traps that only tick for the overtime. So they have to be triggered by overtime spells. It's funny that a 2 pip spell is all the way down here, but that's just how it is. 2 pips for that one. And then the other one's going to be Glacial Golem, which puts up that Glacial Shield for yourself. So those are the 2 new fire spells that they have. Finally added Fire Beetle as a learnable spell, which I feel like they should have done a long time ago. So fire finally gets that. But it is 2 pips, though. So let's go on to Myth here. What does Cyrus got? Myth gets the Rat Magician. This one is a classic Myth spell. It's now called the Vermin Virtuoso. 4 pips, 145, puts up the 25% Myth Bubble. So that's pretty good. And then also they get Ether Golem, which puts up that Ether Shield for death and life. So not crazy damage on any of these spells, but that's because the utility is worth more than dealing damage. At least you're dealing some damage, but yeah, I feel like the utility is the main reason that people would use these spells, which makes it more, themed towards PvP. So it makes sense. But anyone can learn these, which I like. Even though I mostly basically only do PvE, I'm still going to learn these spells because, well, 1, they're free, and 2, why wouldn't you want to learn new spells? So Life finally gets their damage bubble. You can learn it here. If you're Life, you can learn it for free, and does 25% for all life spells. You can learn that. And then Sanctuary also got a card update, so that looks a little different. Infestation is the other learnable life spell, which is Brown Spider, but now they actually made it into a learnable spell. Infestation, 4 pips, 135, puts up that Circle of Thorns. So pretty cool. Legend Golem is the other new spell, the Golem spell for life. Does some damage and then puts up the Legend Shield for life wizards there. So, not too bad. I mean, maybe there will be uses for these in PvE. I have no idea. Maybe a certain fight you can actually benefit from using these, so you might as well just grab it. What's cool about Death and Life is they get that extra spell. They get the 25% bubble because they've never had that. So now Dorgan offers Dead Zone, which is the death bubble. Doom and Gloom got a little card update there for the picture. And then the other one, well, actually there's still 2 more. The other one is Red Ghost or Crimson Phantom. 4 pips, 140. Puts up the Death Trap on the opponent. And then Dream Golem is the golem for death right there. So pretty cool. But yeah, you can actually learn the golem spells without training any previous ones. So that's interesting. And Dead Zone, you can learn that without training any previous ones. But Crimson Phantom, you had to have learned Doom and Gloom before that. And then Wraith, it only says it requires Doom and Gloom. So that means that you're not required to learn Crimson Phantom to learn Wraith. So they changed that. I mean, they added this in and they made it so you don't have to learn it if you don't want to. So that is the death spells. We also have the balance spells. I have a port to the Oasis here because we have to go see Alhazred in the balance school over here. So let's head there, see what he has to offer for us. And then that is going to do it for the new spells. I do want to cast the Stormwing and Thermic Golem for Storm. Then we'll take a look at the spellment paths. So Alhazred has Iron Curse, 55 damage initially, and then 300 overtime to all enemies. It's an AoE for 4 pips for balance, so not bad. Balance also gets the Elemental Golem, 4 pips for that one, puts up Elemental Shield. So there are all the new spells. So let's go ahead and fight some of these Ice Weavers just to test out my new spells. Because I do want to see Stormwing. I think it's called, right? Yeah, Stormwing. We can enchant it in PvE. And it does 850 for 5 pips. Plus 25% aura. Also, I get double critical damage on these enemies because, I mean, come on. We're in Krakatopia. They have no block. It makes sense. Alright, they're going to double fire shield for no reason. And we're going to kill him with Stormwing. And also get the aura. Nice. Yeah, plus 25%. So maybe they're going to change the card to actually say plus 25%, I would hope. Let's go ahead and pass for my next spell. Thermic Golem time. Also double damage on the crit. 95% chance to crit, so there is a chance that I don't crit. Which is always kind of sad, because there's no way that we can change that anymore. At max level, you're just set at 95% chance to crit. Nothing you can do about it. So that means you don't really need to go for a ton of crit anymore. Currently, I'm at like 750 crit. Thermic Golem with the aura. A little over 4,000. All right. So there are those 2 new storm spells. Let's go ahead and take a look at the spell writing tab here. Oh, Hammer of Thor is on here because they did add a path for Hammer of Thor. And to get these spellments, you have to farm the new gold key boss in Grizzleheim. So that's where these are. It doesn't really, increase it by that much. It only increases the damage by a little bit, like plus 10 and then plus 15, 10, 15. So not much. And this is probably a lot of spellments to level this all the way. Probably not worth it for me. Here's Stormwing. So Stormwing is going to increase it by 25, then 30, 30 again, and finally 25 right there. So yeah, very small incremental increases of these spells. It doesn't change the effect at all, just the damage. So you could get up to 660, which honestly is a lot. 660, let me go ahead and compare that to my other 5 pip spells. 660 is still not as good as Catalan. Not as good as Catalan. And obviously, it's a little comparable to Stormzilla, but it's at the low end of the damage for Stormzilla. So, yeah, it's interesting. You could get it basically up to almost Stormzilla level if you upgraded this. So that is the comparison there. Let me check the other one. We also have... The other one is Thermic Golem. This one also just increases the damage by a little bit. You can go up to 405 to 565. So pretty big range right there. But yeah, that is those are the spell writing tiers. To get this level up, it's going to take a lot of spellments. It really is. And you're going to have to do Beast Moon, and they don't even have any events going on right now, I don't think. So yeah, I don't even think you could test it out in Test Realm, but yeah, they are going to be doing that eventually. So if you PvP and you want to level it up, I think Beast Moon is your best option for doing that. So that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to look at the new spells that you can get for each school. My next video is either going to be Gold Key Boss fight or looking at the changes to the blades and traps and other 0-pip spells, because there is a spell audit going on and they did change the blades and some other 0-pip spells to be more standardized. So yeah, Storm Speaker's changed, Storm Blade. I do want to talk about that because it did buff Storm. So, and you guys know I'm basically a Storm main. So that is kind of exciting for me, though other schools got nerfed, but we'll talk about it. So that'll probably be my next video. If not, the Gold Key Boss, we'll do all of it. So thank you guys so much for watching my test run videos. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Definitely subscribe for more in the future, and I'll see you all next time.